Good morning, Big Square. Road2Ruta.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Um, get your pacifiers ready, get your warm blankets ready, get ready to hodl. The cryptos are rolling. Bitcoin is on fire. Great news always, but it does mean all the top callers will come out, all the traders will start selling, they'll look for ways to go short, and you don't know what's going to happen. So if you've been on the road to Ruta long enough, you know that these are the scariest times. Is when the true value starts expressing itself, and the traders come in, and the big money wants in, and people are scared and nervous. You know, if it takes a 10% hit, is everybody going to dump? I don't know, and I don't care. And if you've been on the road to Ruta long enough, if you're worried about your investment in the cryptos, just sell it, get out, and you'll probably get in at another point. Yeah, Bitcoin might go lower, but that's the other thing. When the cryptos are going down, it's even harder to buy as they go down. It's because that emotion, just like, oh my God, I bought when it went down and it's going down farther. It's going to zero. Or you could take the mindset that I take, is I'm investing for the future. I've made my picks. The 15 at theroadruta.com are my main cryptos. I see that a lot of them are the companies related to the blockchain that are going to use tokens, that are using tokens right now. Most of their products come out in 2018. What an exciting time for the cryptos. It's a brand new technology. It's not a trade. It's not an investment. It is preparing for the future, is what it is in my mind. And I'm excited about the future because I know it's going to be very different than the past, because the past is all about unbacked fiat money and the criminal banksters trying to kill us, literally, and the control by government and things like that. And that's going away. And humanity has spoken, and we said we're going to invent a new system right next to the old system, and we're going to move forward. With or without you, we don't care. It's still going to happen. So pricing on Bitcoin, on Litecoin, on Bitcoin Cash, on all the cryptos, it's going to be volatile. We know that. So it's times like these, if you're a nervous Nelly, you better get your pacifier and your blanket ready, because it's going to get more volatile. And it could be volatile to the upside, because people are looking for ways to short Bitcoin. People who don't understand Bitcoin, people who don't, are all about the trading of Bitcoin. Jim Sinclair, when we had the talk, kept talking about it's going to be a legitimate market when you can short it and go long in the derivative market. And I'm like, no, that's not. It's not a legitimate market. That's the criminal market of the past. So I'm not a fan of trading. I'm not a fan of traders. I could call traders, but I don't. So yeah, just sit and hodl, and you'll be fine. In the long run in cryptos is probably 3 months. Cliffs Data has Bitcoin have a nice little run here. No huge drops, maybe until February, and then maybe a drop, and then a big run up into June, July, and obviously 2019, 2020, 2030, and onward. It's pretty much a full-on crypto world, and it's very exciting. So for those of you who are already in, congratulations, nice job. If you want to take your original investment off the table, because you want to end up saying, well, I didn't lose anything in Bitcoin, at least if it went to zero. Yeah, it might be a good time to do that, but I'm not gonna. Absolutely not. I'm just gonna cozy up with my pacifier and my blanket, because it's gonna get volatile. And here's where the big money comes in and wants to short. It's really hard to short Bitcoin. It's easy to short gold and silver because the only exchanges are derivatives. The COMEX and the LBMA are both derivative exchanges, so yeah, they can go massively short, 100 times the amount of metal that's even available on planet Earth, and that game continues. They're trying to get Bitcoin in there. I think early December it's going to start trading on a futures and options contract. Cliffs Data says that completely implodes on them. Whether it does or it doesn't, the COMEX doesn't make the market for. It'll be one of the many markets for the cryptos. So I could see the banks going short on the COMEX and going long physical Bitcoin, real Bitcoin. And so every other exchange around the world is going to be skyrocketing and the comics will be dying. That's possible. Or if they do get control of Bitcoin, BTC, I'll guarantee you BCH is going to blow through the roof. So yeah, is it another plot by the the Bitcoin SegWit people? Is it another plot to destroy Bitcoin, BTC SegWit? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, right? But I try to steer clear of that drama. I like investing in companies and tokens. As for a cryptocurrency, my favorite is Litecoin. And I've told people why over the years. So let's see where the Bitcoin is, see where our boys are trading right now. Bitcoin's just on a roll, $11,110. But that's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin plus Bitcoin Cash. So it's actually $12,600, $700 in my mind. And Bitcoin Gold, I guess. I can't believe all the if you own, like I said a long time ago, if you own Bitcoin prior to August 1st, you've got a win, place, and show ticket. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Gold are your win, place, and show horses, and they are clearly winning the race. So add another $700. Wait, how much is it? $342 to your Bitcoin total. It's crazy, but yeah, Bitcoin BTC SegWit could crash and beat BCH. Bitcoin Cash could become the new Bitcoin, as it's, especially when the banks crash. That's going to be the real key. Is will Bitcoin BTC or BCH be what we use as a means of exchange going forward? It clearly won't be Bitcoin, BTC. That won't be the means of exchange. Way too expensive, way too slow. But I think Litecoin serves that purpose very well, and that's why I invested in Litecoin. I think Litecoin has a very long way to go. It's hit the triple digits at $103. I see Litecoin going to at least 1/4 of the price of Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is a combination of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Gold, that's Litecoin at, let's say 12,000. So that's Litecoin at about $3,000 per coin, and it's trading at $100. Yes, I said it here. I think Litecoin has the potential and should be trading at 1/4 the price of all the Bitcoins combined. That's just Bix, though. He's crazy, right? He said that Bitcoin would be trading at $10,000 when it was trading at $800. Oops, got that one right. Yeah, I think Litecoin, for various reasons, should be trading at least 1/4 of Bitcoin. Kind of like the same as the silver-gold ratio. Silver-gold ratio should be at least 1/4. At least, and it's 75-1. But we all know those are manipulated and controlled via the derivative markets because they don't have a real market. Name me one real market in silver around the world. There is not one. No real market in silver. Clearly, the LBMA is a false market. Over 100 billion ounces of silver is supposedly transferred, which is just ridiculous. It's laughable on the surface. Same with the COMEX, and those are the only two. There is no physical market for silver, and other than your local coin shop. But people are trying. And there's a lot of crypto, blockchain type technology moving into that space, and COMEX and the LBMA will hate it, absolutely hate it, because it's peer-to-peer transactions, meaning you have silver, you're looking to sell it, I got money, I'm looking to buy it, and you don't need an exchange. You don't need the criminality of the banks, you don't need a broker, you don't need anything. That will be coming soon to the metals. I saw one of the big gold mining CEOs come out and say, oh, gold is rigged. Well, hello, freaking retard. 20 years later, and we've all proven it was been rigged for forever, and now the mining CEOs, the mining companies always were I used to speak at the Silver Summit back when they allowed me to speak, and I'd call out all the mining companies and say, you guys are the most pathetic bunch in the world. Who allows their product to be rigged every day to destroy their industry without standing up and screaming about it? It was pathetic. and it's too little, too late. Something else got invented now. So, oh well. Sorry, mining CEOs. Now I've decided I'm told myself not to diss on the the metal people, but hey, it's not like I didn't try. 15 years of GATA screaming, and it got tiring, very tiring. And then an alternative. That's the thing about this manipulation. They got past a significant hurdle. They got to a point where gold and silver weren't the only option for fiat money. They rigged it long enough so that something else came along, which is the cryptocurrencies. And the cryptocurrencies won't last for long. We're not going to need cryptocurrencies in the future. I mean, long into the future. With the invention of replicators at some point, I'm thinking 2030, 2040, we'll get 3D printing technology and the creation of atoms to combine together to really make those replicators on Star Trek that we saw. It's the natural evolution. And when you have a replicator, you don't need money. You've got all your, in my opinion, you've got all your basic necessities taken care of. Your food, your water, your clothes. You got a replicator. Type in glass of water. Poof, there's your glass of water. All the molecules come together to fit the right shape and configuration and the design of a glass of water. Poof, it's created. Yes, it is not on the table today. But creating atoms from energy is on the table. That science is going on right now, and they're perfecting it. So how long will it take for 3D printers and that to merge so that you create the atoms? You have a basic infrastructure of how, like a ham sandwich is created. You kind of know where the molecules go. You program them all into a computer. It takes all the energy. It creates molecules. It puts them together, and you have your sandwich. That is the progression of technology, and at some point we'll get there. It's a long way away. I understand that. But you can see it happening right now with the 3D printers can do amazing. I saw a 3D printer build a house a few years back. It's just a gigantic 3D printer that had all the design elements inside the printer, and it created a house. Yeah, it looked more like an igloo, but still, that is the way technology is going. And once we have replicators, we don't need money. We'll probably still use it for certain things for a long, long time. Cliffs Data has Bitcoin terminology and cryptocurrency terminology going out 100 years. So, it might not be that replicators aren't really invented and implemented for 100 years. So in the meantime, we have the cryptocurrencies, and I'm not going to talk about gold. I told myself, stop talking about gold. No, everybody's moved on already. So we've moved on. All right. So Bitcoin going crazy. Ethereum, bravo, Ethereum. I'm a big fan of Ethereum, mainly because of all the businesses that are being built upon it. And these businesses are not necessarily attached to Ethereum. So Ethereum could die, and Veritasium can move over to Litecoin and use that as a platform. It's at least coming. And that's in Cliffs Data that Litecoin becomes a platform, which is really cool. And Charlie Lee's working on something like that right now. Because like Veritasium has already moved from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and Veritasium will be a big star in 2018 if you're looking for something to buy. All right, Dash Coin up 20%, nice move for Dash, and everything is just as we say, the rising tide lifts all boats. Cardano, I just learned about that. Seems like a good technology, but I don't know. I don't own any of it, and I don't know much about it. But you hit a point where you're saturated with. You don't want to spread. You want it to be spread out in the cryptos and diversified, but you don't want to be too spread out because there will be losers in probably the next shakeout, whenever that happens. It might be February. It might be tomorrow. Hopefully, you've picked the right cryptos to invest in. I'll tell you one crypto you should not invest in, and that is, where is it now? It's way down there now, BitConnect. BitConnect is a Ponzi scheme. Flat out, total 100% Ponzi. I'm a little pissed at the regulators for not, closing down something that's so obviously a Ponzi scheme. Just run a daily compound interest calculator, and you'll just see how Ponzi it is. 670 million dollar market cap. You run the daily interest calculator, and in 5 years, you have more assets than there are on planet Earth. So yes, absolutely a huge Ponzi. And then you look at who created it and who owns it and who runs it, and it's nobody. Voila, welcome Ponzi. Actually, the business license turns over to the Queen of England in January. So if you're not out now, get out. But with BitConnect, the way it works is once you reinvest your money, you can't pull it out for a certain amount of days. So there will be a few more people who get money out over the next couple weeks, and then that's it. It's locked up. It's gone. And that mythical guy who created it, I forgot his name, will shown to be a fictitious name and gone forever. And that will be a good lesson, I guess, and it will probably spark a lot of regulation in the cryptos. But I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who has invested in BitConnect. I know one guy who invested in USI or was talking about investing in USI Tech, which is another Ponzi. But most of the Road to Ruta people stick to the legitimate companies with legitimate people behind them and legitimate business models. Look at the business model. Does it make sense? Run the calculator. If they promise you some kind of interest because of some special trading bot, run the calculator on compounded interest, and you'll get an idea of just how Ponzi it is. If I was buying right now, if I had any money to buy right now, I'd buy a Mizigo, OMG, because it has gone up a little, but not much compared to everything else. And OMG is going to be huge in Asia. So OMG might make that move, one of those Ethereum moves, going from $9 to $300 in a blink of an eye. So, yep, that's exciting stuff. And all the cryptos are up. It looks great. PPT tokens. I don't give away PPT. That promotion is now gone. The one PPT promotion is gone from the Road to Ruta, but I will be giving away another secret coin. I will announce it shortly. And anybody who signs up for the Road to Ruta now will get the new coin along with the Silver Ruta coin, the greatest coin ever invented. So yeah, if you haven't signed up for the Road to Ruta, go to roadtoruta.com, sign up, and get the 15 cryptos that I've analyzed. Also, the 2018 timeline. And my timeline was so spot on the cryptos last year. It wasn't spot on gold and silver. Although this, I did say it could be manipulated all throughout the year. And that's possible next year too. I don't think so. And I put in the new timeline when I think silver and gold will break out. But also the pricing, I think, where Bitcoin is going, and Bitcoin used as the proxy for the other 15 cryptos, because rising tide lifts all boats. Yeah, exciting times here in crypto land. But of course, the top callers, people who don't even own Bitcoin, say, "Oh, how do I short it? How do I short it?" So here are 5 ways to short Bitcoin on Zero Hedge. Would I do this? Those who shorted Bitcoin when it was $100, $1,000 have lost their asses. I love it. So go ahead, short away if you want. We'll see what happens. And will Bitcoin pull back? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, and nobody does know. Cliff doesn't see any real big pullbacks. But I could see Bitcoin hovering around the $1,000, $10,000 mark for a while, going down, going up, going down, going up. I hear a lot of people are joining Coinbase, which is good. When Coinbase comes out with their Bitcoin Cash, which is supposed to be January 1st, where you can either sell your Bitcoin Cash or new buyers can buy Bitcoin Cash. I think it's going to be great for Bitcoin Cash if they do that. If Coinbase comes out and says, "Oh, just take your Bitcoin Cash off. There's no way to buy it at this exchange," I think that would probably instigate people selling Bitcoin Cash. But I don't think they will. I think Coinbase is going to add Bitcoin Cash as one of that would be the 4th one. They allow you to purchase, to buy and sell, which is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then I think Bitcoin Cash. And if you look at what happened when they added Litecoin shot up from $5, $10 to $40, $50 almost instantly. And I think the same thing will happen to Bitcoin Cash if it's allowed to be, if it's added as the number 4 thing on Coinbase. So yeah, I like Bitcoin Cash because it's more honorable than BTC. It's just the people behind it. I was never a fan of the SegWit core developers. They wanted to lock up Bitcoin and turn it into their gold that they store and hoard. And so far, so good for them. Bravo. But I think humanity needed Bitcoin Cash. I'm actually really happy that it all happened because it opened my eyes to the altcoins, the other cryptocurrencies, especially the companies and the tokens that are being created. The guys at Salt and Populous. Those companies are going to just blow the doors off it, and there's more out there. So we don't need just Bitcoin for this world to move forward. We have a lot of choices, and choices are good. So yeah, I'd rather, if I could only buy one, Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, I'd buy Bitcoin Cash. But my suggestion is buy both. If you're going to want to get into Bitcoin, I'd say get into Bitcoin Cash too, just in case one takes over for the other one. Yeah, and all the fun around Roger Ver, poor Roger. All these guys who just bashed him and, no, he's horrible, he's ruining Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. No, he wasn't ruining Bitcoin. He was trying to save Bitcoin. And what sprang from that is a whole new crypto universe. And even Roger has diversified into the other cryptos. And yeah, that's where we stand. And there will be many ways to short Bitcoin. 99% of the people who play that game probably don't own Bitcoin unless they're pulling a JP Morgan where they short Bitcoin and then buy the physical Bitcoin and short it on a derivative exchange, like the COMEX. I think there'll be a lot of that going on. What's that going to do to the price of Bitcoin? I would say a real physical Bitcoin. And yes, there is a physical Bitcoin. All you have to do is print your wallet on a paper, in a paper wallet. And there you have your private address or private key and your public address, and voila, you've got a physical Bitcoin right there. And yes, I can have $1 billion on a little Bitcoin piece of paper, a physical $1 billion. I wish I did. But yeah, things are going right along. If you're nervous about Bitcoin and the cryptos, you should be. It's normal and natural. Best way to start, just go to Coinbase and start an account. Anyway, this is Big Swear, roadtoroota.com with your morning horn of Z's. As far as all the people who've signed up lately, coins and the tokens are going out as fast as we can. They should all be out by this week. And then we move on. We move forward into December, which should be a huge month for Litecoin, according to Cliff's data. So if you don't have your Litecoin now, you might want to load up on that baby. He already hit the triple-digit projection, but triple digits in Litecoin could mean $100 or $999. I think it should be trading at 1/4 the price of Bitcoin, so in the neighborhood of $3,000. So that's what I see coming in 2018. That'd be a huge move, and that's what happens with undervalued assets. That's why the cryptos are going up. That's why Bitcoin's going up. It's an undervalued asset based on what it can do for society. It can literally remove these bad guys that have controlled our lives for so long. If you hate the banksters, you should love the cryptocurrencies. Decentralized peer-to-peer currency. You can be your own bank. You don't have to rely on JP Morgan or Wells Fargo or Citibank or those criminals. Whew! Gets me all riled up. Anyway, this is Big Swear, roadtoroota.com. I'll talk to you later.